What's up, guys and gals? K1's here, and you're tuned into K1's K-pop sessions. I guess this is a session today. So I got some announcements to make, and yeah, I made some oopsies on my channel, and I was alerted that I did make an oopsie. I uploaded something that I shouldn't have taken a risk uploading, but I had a kind of a misunderstanding of the content too. um, I misinterpreted something that somebody said. I'm not pointing fingers or anything. It's no one's fault but my own. But I did something stupid, and to try and fix things, yeah. So I was alerted that I had a copyright strike, and it was for a video of like a V Live video. So I had a misinterpretation of the content of like the broadcasters, so KBS and NBC and all them, that do uh either broadcasting or, as Luminous would say, they're like streaming platforms or whatever. And they're the studios that have the artists come in and do like live performances, right? And they have these crazy cameras that, like, dynamic cameras that go everywhere. So I had the impression that well, it's against the law to react to any of those. So if you have any of those that footage in your videos, it'll get knocked down. So I knew that. So I knew not to react to like KBS or NBC and all them. But I didn't know. I had the impression that anything on V Live was safe. I don't know where I got that idea from, but so I was like, oh, okay. So and I made a couple of videos, and I was like, oh, okay, well, it's not being taken down. So, and it's been a while. It's been there for like a year. So my videos were just chilling there, and I started off with one. I was like, oh, okay, well, nothing happened. And then so I made another one, and I made three of them, right? And I did like little tweaks, like little video editing to them, and try and make them look pretty cool, and did little special effects. I don't know, just added eye candy and stuff. But one of them got taken down. I was like, oh shoot, well, let me take off the other ones. But what I didn't do was take very good precautions. I just put it on unlist instead of private, and somehow the other ones got copy struck too. So I made three of those, and I was like at work. I looked at it, and I was sifting through more of my videos to see if I had anything else, and I saw that the other two that I made had copyright strikes. I was like, does that make three strikes? And I was like, hmm. And I don't know. I wasn't worried at all, but I was looking at all my videos. I was like, well, my channel's still here. It's not like everything's gone. So I get home. Oh, no. Later on, I checked my email, and they're like, you're on strike two. I was like, oh, geez, thank God I'm only on two, because what they did was they found the other two unlisted. I don't know how. I should have made them private. I guess that's how you bypass things, if to make sure that it's not struck or whatever. I don't know. I have no idea. So they took the two, copy struck them, but combined them together as a strike two. So I'm on two strikes right now. I don't know who does that, but but what the hell, me and my small little ass channel. And but yeah, I took some major precautions, and as you'll see in my channel, I've taken everything down. I made them private, so that and I'm trying to get in contact with YouTube, and they're not being helpful at all. I'm trying to see if making stuff private does make things safe, so that you don't get copyright strikes or whatever. I'm pretty sure I saw another YouTube video that said, somebody said to private does not get any strikes at all. So I'm pretty sure everything's safe, but taking major precautions, everything's taken down for about maybe 3 months or so, until June, until my strikes are up, because they do expire, and then it'll be wiped clean. But yeah, just taking major precautions. So, but yeah, I just want to take this time to just discuss the channel, because I'll be straight up, my channel ain't shit. Like, I've been doing this for maybe a year or so, and I don't know. People tell me like not to give up. Other people are telling me, oh yeah, I like your stuff, blah blah blah. I really appreciate all the praise and stuff, but being a Twitch streamer, like I'm mainly a Twitch streamer that got into K-pop content and stuff on YouTube. Being a Twitch streamer, I know the basics, or I know the mindset that everyone tells you is to not look at your numbers, but it's so hard not to look at your numbers, you know? And of course, like you shouldn't compare yourself to somebody else because, I mean, people go at their own pace, like just people do their own things and or people are just like really good at I don't know what it is getting content and getting exposure, like immediate exposure. So what happened was as I'm doing my channel, I'm like maybe like half a year into it, I met somebody through YouTube that does some cool content, and I won't mention any other names or anything, but I met somebody and I was like, oh man, I really like their channel, and I watched them grow from like 100 subs, and then now they have like 4,000. I'm like, we started at the same time, but he's at 4,000 and I'm only at 200 something, 200 something. And I'm like, okay, well, he's got really good good credentials and stuff, so that's what makes him special and all that. But then I have somebody else that's same thing as me, except he's like super new into K-pop. Like he just got into it like a month ago. He Twitch streams like me, and he's new to Twitch streaming as well. And he got into K-pop stuff, and then he started like I saw him playing like the mobile games for the K-pop songs and stuff like that, and I was like, oh yo, and that's how I like got to know him. And then he was like, oh yeah, I'm thinking about doing like YouTube stuff, and I was like, oh yeah, really should. That'd be really cool content for you to make. He's like, yeah, yeah. And then so he puts out a video and he's like, yeah, I just put out my video and I'm already at like almost 100, almost 100 subs. And I'm like, oh, that's cool, man, you're getting up there. Next thing you know it, like the next day he's already like caught up with me, like 200 something. I'm like, how the hell do people do this? Like, what am I doing wrong? Like, I've been doing this for a year, he's only done it for not even a month, and he's already 200 in. And then like by the time you know it, like couple weeks after that, it's like he's just I think he's like at 800 or something. I'm just like, I don't know, it's like really discouraging to compare yourself. I know really shouldn't, but it's so discouraging. And I know like my channel, I'm very weak. Like my channel, um and I'm really, I guess, a softie when I say this, but my channel, it's not really for me. It's really for the artists and promoting. Even though I ain't anything, again, I'm being a real softie or being really hard on myself, but really my channel was to it was mainly for like, it was a couple things. It was for promotion for like the artists, like to like artists you like, to get them out there, and for like new artists that you discover too. Like, you know me, I like to take suggestions and discover other artists, you know, that aren't really mainstream, and get them out there, get their names out there, you know. And even though my channel isn't really that big, but at least I tried, right? So at least I tried to help promote. And then also um other than that, oh my god, my mind's drawing a blank. As you know, my channel is not it's not scripted at all, and I'm mainly a Twitch streamer, so nothing on stream is scripted at all. So anyways, I'm drawing a blank. I really wanted to try this out, and as I explain things, so when I first started my channel, I looked up to some people because I was like, I discovered people were doing like reaction videos on YouTube, and I was like, to K-pop content, and I was like, oh, I really wanted to try that. So what I did was I researched some people that do K-pop reactions, right? So people that I look up to like mainly was of course like Terry TV. I met Terry TV out in uh KCON New York. I believe I think I have a picture of him. You might see him somewhere up there. But yeah, some people that I looked up to like getting into K-pop content like Brisk Life. I always watch Brisk and K Brandon, and of course my Kuya from another Tita, JRE Kimmel, KML.
Everybody.
Also, Internet's Nathan, and if I missed your name, I'm sorry, but also the one and only PD. I really love PD, and also gotta give a shout outs to We Funk Radio because the way they run their show is kind of similar to how I do it, and that's how I follow. Like my intro sort of kind of resembles We Funk in a way because I just love that radio show and the music that they play on there. But yeah, as I'm saying, like my channel, it's really small. It's always just been about like it's always just been about learning because I've been out of K-pop for a really long time, and um I got into it like back in 2003. So if you don't know my story, I got into it in 2003. Not to date myself, but I already did, and I always say that in my other videos. But I started out with Boa, and Boa was my first love. She was an inspiration to me. Like she's probably one of the sole reasons why I switched my major from mechanical engineering, which was impossible for my mindset, to international business. So I took up international business, and then through the years, of course, I think I mentioned the story. I studied out in Japan, and and then I went to a lot of Boa concerts over there. And then when I came back to the States to finish up my studies, I Boa was getting into the American market, right? So she was getting ready. Like SM Entertainment had like a whole plan for like attack plan for her to break into the market, and I was really excited, you know. And then as it was being implemented, it kind of fell through, not quite as to plan, just because, especially like way back in the day, if today is really hard for K-pop to get into the American market, then what? Think about like way back in the day when they tried to. So it was quite not really accepted even way back in the day. So and then but anyways, I'm going on a tangent too. So but yeah, that's my beginnings of K-pop. So I fell out of it because of that. I didn't, because I felt like Boa didn't really succeed in the American market. I kind of just lost interest in like all of K-pop, you know. So but I mean, I was still kind of keeping up with it with like Big Bang era and like all the other groups that came out. So and then all the way until 2017, I rediscovered K-pop through GFriend, and from then on, I just studied the industry like a business, you know, like me coming from international business. That's just how I studied it. I didn't study it from like fandism, you know, because I did that with Boa, and I don't know. I just got sick of being a fan, you know. Fandism to me, it's just I mean, nothing wrong with it. Support your artists as much as you want, but for me, fandism just it took over my life, you know. It gave you this weird mentality that where I finally like snapped out of it, and I'm just like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, what is the obsession over like an idol? And that's why I changed my mindset where I'm just like, I don't want to follow like the the mainstream stuff, like the lingo that goes on. Like I really, and nothing disrespectful or anything. It's just me that I don't want to follow like trends and stuff. And that doesn't just go with K-pop stuff. Like I was at work, and I sat there on break looking through my phone on Facebook, and I see all these trends going on. I'm just like, why are people like so inclined to follow all these trends and then all these memes and all this stuff, and then like me, like I'm entertained by it, but I sat there at break time for 15 minutes wasting my life just looking at Facebook, looking at all these trends and all this bullshit, and I'm just like, what am I doing in my life just looking at this phone? So I kind of snapped out of fandom, I snapped out of trends. So for me, um so going back to me and K-pop, it's kind of like uh it, it's taking a different approach away from the crowd. So I'm not a fan of anything. I don't call myself a fan, although I know of the fandisms. I don't ever call myself like an Orbit or Once or like an Army or Blink or anything, any of those, any fandom at all. So, and no, again, no disrespect for um any of that stuff, but it's just me that like I'm just trying to take a different route. So when I got back into K-pop, I didn't get into it as a fan. I already did that, like I said, I already did that with Bo, and I snapped my mind out of it. So when I got back into K-pop in 2017, I got back into like my business mindset, because when I went to the concerts, Boa's concerts, um, I wanted to know how everything worked, you know, and um, when I'm there, especially like um, especially being in a foreign country. I was in Japan, and then I was going to a Boa concert in Japan, and all this stuff. All this stuff is happening like at the concert, right? Like people are lining up, and people are buying merch and stuff like that. But my in my mindset, I was like, I was more in tune to like what the staff is doing and what's going on like behind the curtains and stuff. Like I was wondering like how everything worked. So I was observing from afar, like of what's going on, how the concert was working. So that was my that turned into my obsession. How things work like business like, because of course me being a business major, I have to think of things as a business, you know. Um so that's my thing. So coming back into K-pop 2017 was excuse me, attacking it from like a business perspective. 3, 2, 1, Yoshi P. Oh dang, so good. uh Oh, by the way, I'm playing Final Fantasy 14. This is my main game that I play on Twitch. So if you don't ever watch me play games on Twitch, or if you ever want to watch me play games on Twitch, I'll be playing Final Fantasy a lot. But anyways, going back to the mindset of a person, business major. 3, 2, 1, Yoshi P. Ah, damn, so close, so close. S- Um, yeah. So coming back into K-pop, I wanted to learn all the like, I wanted to learn all of the I wanted to come back and learn all of like the big labels that are there, and then I wanted to learn like all the members. So I started it off, of course, with watching Gfriend their Navi Lera choreography video. That's how I got back into K-pop in 2017. But I didn't directly go into Gfriend. Gfriend was still there on my top list, but I got into Twice instead. And yeah, since Twice, I kind of studied their business instead. So JYP was amongst the top the top labels that got me inspired to study the K-pop industry again. I mean, Lee Suman, I love SM Entertainment. My most favorite was Boa, and then coming back into K-pop 2017, it jumped from G-Friend to Twice, then Blackpink, and then Red Velvet, and then it went full circle from SM Entertainment to SM Entertainment. So, and still my number ones are or my all-time favorite is still Red Velvet coming back into K-pop, but my number one is Luna right now. So Luna is my number one but I still know about other groups, and still strive to learn the ins and outs of the K-pop industry. And I feel like fandom does the same thing. They're more in tune. Maybe they're more in tune than me because they've been into it since for like 5+ years. So like YG kind of I don't know, YG kind of got me ill-hearted just because of and maybe I shouldn't mention this, but oh well, who gives a fuck. Just because their comebacks for Blackpink, I was like, all right, I was so excited. Like my very first comeback that I ever experienced was Twice's Signal, and man, the anticipation of like, oh, this date, this is when they're gonna drop their new song. You don't know what it sounds like, but then when you finally have the song drop, you're like, oh dang! Like comebacks are always so exciting to me. So then Blackpink was also the same way. I was like, dang, so that's what that song sounded like. But then like all these other groups would like come in with comebacks, but then Blackpink would only come back like once a year. So that was my thing with YG. I'm like, dude, you come in once a year and you kill it. Like just because of your popularity, Blackpink, you don't have all you have to do is just drop one song and then you win everybody. And then same thing with BTS because their BTS was just so big. So and then I don't know, I just fell out of those two groups just because again, me being like wanting to be a rebel and not join the mainstream of things. I wanted to take another route where I was like, okay, what are some groups that people don't even pay attention to? So that's when I started going into like other different groups, and then that's when I found myself into Luna, and that's how me and Luminous hooked up through YouTube. So and through my channel, and we had like deep discussions and about the Lunaverse, and holy crap, he's been a really big want to say what is it, not inspiration, but really big help, really big change in my knowledge of K-pop. So and he really turned around my perspective of things. And also like it's not like I'm just totally following his whatever he's recommending me. It's I'm coming to understanding like, oh yeah, that's just the way I feel about it too, you know. So we always discuss certain things here and there, and we always come into agreement. Oh no, okay, not always come into agreements, but we discuss things productively, you know. So if we don't agree with something, we'll tell each other, and then we still like hang out, and we still carry on, and we respect each other's like opinions and such. So but most of our stuff that we do agree on, it's that's where we come into like common grounds about. But man, I was gonna run a dungeon while I was speaking because I was gonna say I saw Terry TV do it the other day. He was playing a video game, and then while he was playing the video game, he was talking about like the coronavirus and stuff and how crazy it was. But I don't think we're gonna get into a dungeon. I'm just like I just wanted to get ready to get into the dungeon and discuss what's going on with the channel. So the channel, I don't know, man. I feel very uneasy. I don't think I don't know, because I took really good precautions. I hope we're safe, but just in case, I wanted to make this video as kind of a, if like God forbid, just I wanted to make this video as like a little goodbye video if my channel does get knocked off. And like I said, my channel is not shit anyways. It's like compared to everyone else, it's only 200 something subs, and you guys have been great, like supporting and for the praises, telling me like I'm doing a good job, keep it up and stuff. I mean, I just like really appreciate everyone that came through. But if this channel does not make it, don't feel bad. I won't feel bad either, because I'll feel bad because it's kind of tied to my other YouTube channels, and I have my label on the other YouTube channel. So I think if I get taken down on K1's K-pop sessions, my other channels might get taken down. I hope not, but we'll see about that. But anyways, yeah, I just wanted to use this session to discuss some things, and then if God forbid, just say goodbye to K1's K-pop session. So but yeah, I feel like we're pretty safe. That's why I took like major precautions. And if we do get taken down, you know where to find me. Twitch.tv/K1SPL. This is where I'll usually be. And yeah, I think that's about it. I guess we'll do this real quick. This I wanted to do a dungeon really bad for you guys, but I guess that wasn't gonna happen. Especially, I'm really, like, Luminous knows me. I'm really bad at multitasking. So that probably wouldn't have worked out anyways. But let me explain like what's going on here. So we're at the like a casino place, and they got these events that go on, and you can join the events. This one is the it's Yojimbo from Final Fantasy X, and he's gonna cut up some bamboo, and the bamboo is gonna make some AOE's, areas of effects. Areas of effects are dangerous areas. You don't want to be there, so you gotta anticipate like where to be standing during this whole thing here. So okay, so now it's going on. So let's go. So this is pretty cool. So they're all introducing Yojimbo from the Far East, skills of the blade, bleed but blink man, blah blah blah, and then we're I'm probably gonna die in the first go because I cannot last in this one. I'll be surprised if I do get really far. So he comes out, and you gotta anticipate like where to stand. So this is pretty hard. I mean, to me it's hard. But I should be good because I'm pretty good at, like, I got pretty quick reflexes. Oh lordy. I'm guessing we're here. Oh. Okay. I am not going for the MGP. Forget it, man. I'm standing away from that. I always get I always get knocked off from this stuff. I'm gonna stand right here. Forget it. Not going for it. The dog always gets me. Each battle contains 1000 MGP. Forget it. I don't care. That dog always gets me. Oh, see? Look. Those guys got knocked off, so alright. I'm just playing it safe because one of the parts is super RNG anyways. What was it? Oh, okay. Back here. So just in case it's an AoE. So I go over here. Now it's a triple. If these are okay, whew, we're safe. I'm gonna stand over here. No! What? It fell not in the right way that I thought it would. Oh well. Okay, anyways, that's it for this session. I just wanted to discuss some things, and yeah. Hopefully channel still stays up. Continue to like and subscribe down below. And join us on Twitch if you want some live K-pop content and some video games and such. And yeah. Hope to see you next session, and peace on out. Latest.